Hi, fans of high-quality entertainment. I actually typed out some notes for this album. This is one of the few Beach Boys albums, and I'm reviewing and ranking Carl and the Passions, So Tough. Should have mentioned that. This is one of the few Beach Boys albums where Carl Wilson dominates on lead vocals. Blondie Chaplin and Ricky Fataar each take full leads, something rare in the band's catalog, and Brian Wilson is largely absent vocally on this album. But he did contribute. He co-wrote Marcella, and he co-wrote an earlier version of You Need a Mess of Help to Stand Alone, and very little involvement with the arrangements or production. No lead vocals on the album, and he did not produce or oversee the project in a central way. And this is one of Elton John's favorite albums. So I became a big Beach Boys fan in the last couple of years, slowly buying all of their albums. And when I got to buying this came in a twofer with Holland. I won't mention what I think of this yet. That's coming up next. But this album, I thought it was mediocre. I just thought it was okay. And even when I was starting to do this ranking and reviewing, that's how I felt. And the first time I played this all the way through recently, I had the same feeling for the album. Like, it would be lower ranked. It would be in with some of the 60s albums. But I had to play it more because I don't know this album as much as some of the other albums. And one night, I just got it. Once again, the album clicked with me. That's why you need to listen to an album more than once. Sometimes 2 or 3 times. Because if you don't, you might miss out on an album that you end up really loving. And I think this is now a great album. And going through the songs, You Need a Mess of Help to Stand Alone, the opening track, is a rocker with lead vocals by Carl Wilson, with prominent backing vocals by Blondie Chaplin. And it's just a rough and ragged rocker. Imagine the Beach Boys being rough and ragged. And then the next song, Here She Comes, lead vocals by Blondie Chaplin. The one thing about this song is, and I did play the 2000 remaster because one of my viewers, Nicholas Pearl, said that might be better production than on this one. But still, it does sound a bit better. But I find the drums mixed too loud in this particular song, but it doesn't take away from really liking the song. So, great song. He Come Down, multiple leads. Primarily Mike Love, Al Jardine, and Carl Wilson. And it's a spiritual, gospel-inspired song, and I love that. Great vocals throughout, no surprise. Marcella, lead vocals by Carl Wilson, and I checked to see, it sounded like like it was a single, right? But I wasn't completely sure, and it was released as a single, but it didn't really do that well on the charts, 110 on the Billboard charts. But it's become a fan favorite over time, and I can see why, because it's a typical great catchy Beach Boys song, and it kind of gives the 60s vibes too with it. Side 2, Hold On Dear Brother, such a catchy song. I love that. And that's with Ricky Fataar doing the lead vocals. Now, what I struggled with, even though I'm a big fan of Dennis Wilson, his songs with the Beach Boys, and I've even read reviews where his two songs on this, for some people, they feel they're the weakest songs on the album. And I kind of felt the same way about them. And there's an orchestra on both tracks, Make It Good and Cuddle Up. And I thought the orchestra kind of overtook Dennis's vocals. They're a bit too loud. And I just felt like he was trying to do another Forever. The song Forever by him is such a known classic. And I thought he was trying to duplicate that. And so I thought they were just okay. But on further listens, I started to really love the vibe of both of the songs. And of course, Dennis's vocals are so real, right? The emotion in his vocals on both tracks. And especially Cuddle Up, the final song, I just love his vocals. And the other song between the two Dennis songs is All This Is That, and shared vocals by Carl, Al, and Mike Love. And just beautiful Beach Boys harmonies. I love that song. So this has become, for me, a great Beach Boys album, but it probably took me, in total, maybe 8 listens or more to fully appreciate it. So in my ranking for this, I'm easily giving this a 10 out of 10. I know maybe some viewers think I give out too many 10 out of 10s, but the way I do my ratings is if I love an album from start to finish, there's no big issues with the album, I love every song, I have no problem giving the album a high rating. So it's a 10 out of 10. And it goes ahead of Smiley Smile, Wild Honey, and 2020. And it goes into 5th place. So I would love your thoughts on Carl and the Passions, So Tough, in the comment section below. And yeah, I think for me, besides Pet Sounds, I really love the late 60s, early 70s Beach Boys the best. And then there's a couple more coming up, though, that I'm not sure where I'm going to put 15 Big Ones. I need to listen to that a couple more times. But I can't say too much about it, but the Beach Boys' Love You, I think, is going to be highly rated by me. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Please remember to leave a comment below on your thoughts. Goodbye.